Hi, this is Natale Stenzel, and I write paranormal romance, funny paranormal romance. And it's the Pandora series, and the first book in the series is Between a Rock and a Hard Place. And I'm going to read to you from, I believe it's chapter 8. Okay, and we're starting with Daphne, and she's trying to discover whether Tremaine has a heart, because her life is basically in his hands, and if he's heartless, she's, well, out of luck. So she says, okay, suppose they morphed into a cat and charged into the street, got hit by a car, probably wouldn't live through it. You'd feel, she prompted him with raised eyebrows. He shook his head. You wouldn't die. You're immortal. She nearly jumped, reminded of her condition. Right, immortal. Not that her immortality was the point. You forgot. He seemed to be hiding a grin. No, she made a face. Okay, maybe I did. Or maybe some unacknowledged corner of my freaked out mind remembers very well, but the rest of my brain, the sane part, the part you're hoping to cultivate, as you recall, refuses to acknowledge any of it. Thank you very much. I like to leave the loony stuff in the corner brain bin. Sanity stays at the front. So I am projecting sanity at all times. And believing in your immortality is not sane? He looked confused now. Of course it's not sane. Not to a normal human. Think about it. Immortality, the idea of me, Daphne, never dying and living forever, it's not even comprehensible. Here's a little secret for you, in fact. Want to drive a human nuts? Force her to comprehend infinity. By definition, she could never finish the thought. Boom, she's bonkers. See how that works? She felt her eyes glazing over at the prospect. Shaking it off, she refocused. So, back to the hard thing. Tremaine nodded, folded his arms, and leaned against the doorjamb as though vastly entertained. What about it? Well, this is going to sound weird. Weirder than your take on immortality? I can't wait, he laughed. Why do I feel like your personal puppet show? He shrugged and winked. I have no idea. I consider you more like a variety show. One moment you're cool, composed, and mysterious. The next you're a frightened child. Don't you mean frightened farm animal? And then you suddenly become this whimsical creature I see before me. Very entertaining. I like all the acts. His smile was genuine, and Daphne caught her breath. Tell her this man did not have emotions. So I think that in part answers the gag question, he continued thoughtfully. For what it's worth, if you were to become roadkill while in cat form and die, he lowered his voice and his eyes darkened, I would be unhappy, for many reasons. He canted his head a little. You make me laugh, and you make me think. You make me question where I've always held to be true, he smiled. So watch out for cars.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Would you want to be immortal?
Would I? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you'd lose your wonder in life, and I think a lot of my characters have to rediscover their wonder through mortals.
So what do you think of your hero?
What I think of my hero, what you learn in the book is that he begins as a simple nature spirit. He has no conscience, and yet he's evolving into something more complex, thinking, feeling, learning to love. And he breaks my heart a little bit. You see him gaining humor and learning. He kind of tries to teach himself things. He watches soap operas. You know, this is what it means, kind of thing. So,
do you watch soap operas?
Do I? Young and the Restless. I'm sorry. I apologize, but I've always watched it. It comes on at noon. I'm eating lunch. Why not?